So I've just parked up at the old Renishaw station site just behind me on the Transpennine Trail, and I'm back on the Chesterfield Canal today, and I'm on that disused section between Renishaw and Staveley. And today I'm going to come and have a look at another disused canal, that again one of those little spurs that linked off the Chesterfield Canal, called the Norbriggs Cutting. So I've got the dog with me again today, not through choice I may add, but I'm a bit short for time today, and it's the only time I've got to get out and do a video, so I'm having to combine it with a bit of a dog walk. But he's doing a lot better now since the last video in the Peak District a couple of weeks ago. He's really he's settling in and getting used to more and more scenarios, so thanks for everyone who's taken an interest. So you'll know from my previous videos I love the Chesterfield Canal. It's very local to me, and I'm really intrigued by the disused sections. So I'm just walking along the old towpath now. We've got the canal, the old canal cutting down there somewhere in the undergrowth. So it's another one of those videos where I'm pointing at random vegetation and claiming that that used to be something. So again, if you've watched the previous videos, you'll know that I've done this section before. I did the full walk of the disused sections between Staveley and Kiverton Park. I did that in 2 parts, and I covered this bit along with the Brindley Loops that's just behind me, just the other side of Renishaw. I think that was back in January I did this section, so it was a little bit less overgrown and a little bit more muddy. So there we go, there's a good view of the towpath on the left and the old canal cutting on the right. So anyway, I've got about a mile walk till that Norbriggs Cutting leaves the main line of the Chesterfield Canal. So I'll crack on and I'll catch up with you when I get to the junction. So here's a map of what we're looking at today. I've labelled the main canal there and also the Norbriggs Cutting. And here's a closer look at the junction of the 2 canals. So here we are, we're at the junction. We've got the mile 6 post. So 6 miles from Chesterfield. And back that way is back to Renishaw, where we've just come from. That way is towards Chesterfield or Staveley. And going in that direction, we've got the Norbriggs Cutting, so that's what we're going to go and have a look today. So just having a look round. I mean, there's not a lot here, not really any. It's well filled in. I'm just trying to figure out which side of the towpath the cutting's actually at. So I think it's on the left hand side. We're on a bit of a banking. We've got a drop down on both sides really, but this side looks more like it's the kind of U shape of a canal cutting. So it's about a mile long, and it goes all the way and stops at Worksop Road. That's the road between Chesterfield and Worksop, and I do believe there was a wharf there, but there's nothing there now. Just a couple of houses and the entrance to the path on the main road. So we'll go down and have a look what we find en route. So the thing that I love about doing these videos is sometimes just how spontaneous they can be. I might do a little bit of research before, but when I go and just have a look around, it's often for the first time. And what I love is just finding questions and then interacting with people who then watch the video a little later on. So like when I did the Lady Lee one, the feedback that I got and the discussion it created from people who knew a little bit about the history, they were able to fill in those blanks for me, and it's information that I wouldn't have got had I not gone and made the video and had a look around. So thanks to everybody who comments, gets in touch, and goes and interacts with you on Facebook or wherever. So don't be afraid to come say hi. So 1775, I believe, is when this opened. I'm not exactly sure when it closed, though. I've had a look on a few maps from, and quite a few maps in the 1950s still show the line of the canal and the towpath. It's still quite clearly labelled on there, but other maps from the same period only show it going halfway. So if you can fill me in on that information, if anyone's got any more details, do let me know. So bridge here is that footpath that's on the map that dissects the canal. So let's go and have a look on the bridge. Right, so we're standing over the top of the canal cutting. It's looking towards Staveley Way, Norbriggs Way, and that's looking back towards Renishaw. It's a bit in the shade. To be honest, I'm quite surprised how much of a definition there is still left of the old canal. I was reading that a lot of it had been infilled and there's not much evidence left, but it's quite clear. As we're walking along the path, we've got quite a distinctive cut in there. And I can see Maston Moor just appearing on the left-hand side. Houses there, the old mining houses. So I don't think we're too far away from the end. Just on the right here, we've got Norbriggs Flash Nature Reserve that I think also look after the old towpath. It's quite a well-maintained, well-defined path. It's probably better than the Cuckoo Way, to be honest. So I've just ventured down off the towpath. I'm stood right in the middle of the canal bed, massively overgrown. And look at this, trousers today, trousers and boots. Don't worry about those nettles and things today. Got houses on the left hand side now. The cutting's still there. Looks like it's being used as a bit of a dumping site now. I can see the main road in front. So yeah, we'd never know if there was anything down there. I was hoping for a little bit of brickwork or something, just a little bit of some kind of remains. I don't think we'd ever know if there was. It's so overgrown. So the line of the canal's arced over that direction. And we have got some new buildings now. Bit of a dump it site. And these old buildings at the end here, these look like they're ruins. So I think the wharf will be somewhere in there. So we can see on this old map the wharf just arcing off to the right hand side there. I'm not sure if the buildings that are standing there today are the same buildings that are showing on this map. Yeah, if I didn't have the dog, I'd probably just have a quick look in that old wasteland there just to see if there was anything lurking. I'll have to have a closer look at those maps, see if there's any point in coming back in the winter when things have died down a bit in the vegetation. So the Norbriggs Cutting, it was all about moving coal, getting coal onto the Chesterfield Canal. So at the end of the cutting, just to help stimulate the growth of a little bit of coal movement in the area from the local collieries, there was actually one of the earliest forms of railway in Derbyshire, something called a Newcastle Railway, which was one of the earliest forms of railways, was with wooden rails. I'm not exactly sure where that ran or where it went to or where it started, but it linked up with the end of the Norbriggs Cutting. Now I do believe that railway was kind of disbanded by the end of the 1790s, so it's long gone. In terms of railways, the rest is history. We all know what they went on to be. There we go, that's the Norbriggs Cutting. one of the disused arms of the Chesterfield Canal. But anyway, thanks for watching. I thought it was worth checking out. Just wanted to tick the box really. I think it's a piece of history that does need remembering. So yeah, thanks again for watching. Hopefully I'll have something a little bit more pleasing and interesting in the coming videos. So take care and I'll see you soon.